please provide your responses on the audio poll. Is the audio all clear? Requesting everyone to please provide your responses on the audio poll. Is the audio all good? Now, I do see some of the participants still having problems with the audio. Where I see 83% of the participants are able to get the audio all clear. So few of you who do not get the audio clearly, please, this seems to be an isolated issue at your end. So either you can try to disconnect from the meeting, rejoin, or configure the audio device, or perhaps try using another audio device. All right, thank you so much for the confirmation. With that said, let's get started with today's session. So once again, hello and welcome to today's CSP monthly partner update call for the month of November. And I'm Arpit Trivedi, your presenter for today. We will be talking about the webinars that we have upcoming in the Synnex CSP world. And again, we'll go through some of the promos and incentives and rebates. We did launch some new of them and some of them which are still ongoing in case you missed it. And then at the end, we'll discuss about some of the important announcements from the Microsoft's end. Now, before I begin, I just wanted to inform you to keep one thing in mind. This is not some sort of a webinar that you usually attend where I'm talking about either Windows Server 2019 or Microsoft Azure or Office 365. This is more of a monthly partner update call, which is meant for you, catered to your requirement. So what I would advise you to do is throughout the call, if you have any questions at all, anything that you would like to discuss about, please feel free to type that in the conversation section. All right, with that being said, let's begin with the agenda. Now, on 7th of November 2018, 11 a.m., Synnex did conduct a webinar on Windows Server 2019 with Azure reserved instances. So we talked about the end of support of Windows Server 2008 R2 and how you can migrate to Windows Server 2019, plus how you can utilize the hybrid capabilities by moving it to Microsoft Azure, also taking advantage of your existing ROI, and then the advanced multi-layer security with faster innovation for applications. So these were the topics that was discussed in the webinar. For those of you who missed out on it, well, don't worry about it. We did record that webinar and the recording is available. So if you would like to get the access to that recording, please email Noreen. So she's present with us in our monthly update call as well. So just quickly email it to her and she will send you the link to get access to that recording. All right, apart from that, we're also having a Microsoft 365 Business Q4 update. Now, this Q4 update is going to talk about the upcoming features in Microsoft 365 Business, including themes replacing Skype for Business. Basically, what are the new features that have come on Microsoft Teams, and then the update to Azure Active Directory, and then some of the changes on the Microsoft 365 Admin Center portal. So all of that will be covered by our MVP, Marco Shea. So to register for this webinar, simply email to Noreen and she will have you registered and send you a calendar invite so that you can attend the 365 Business Q4 update webinar. Now, talking about the promos and incentives, which I'm sure all of you are interested in because this helps you make extra money. So as you all know, we've been running the Microsoft 365 Business Incentive, which is a one-on-one session from a Synnex pre-sales, where we talk about why Microsoft 365 Business, how you can incorporate that into your strategy and upgrade from selling Office 365 to Microsoft 365 Business, catering to what are the security features, how do you pitch it to the customers, what is the significance of upgrading from Office 365 Business Premium to Microsoft 365 Business. So we talk about all of that in a 30-minute one-on-one session where you get a chance to speak with the pre-sales and ask any query that you have catering to Microsoft 365. So if you'd like to register for that, you haven't had your business one-on-one session yet, the link is on your screen. Register for it. First 50 partners who've registered are going to get 4 movie tickets from Synnex per organization, of course. And again, if you want to know how you can redeem the tickets, email Noreen. So basically anything related to registering yourself for the webinar, or if you would like to know more about the promos or incentives, Noreen is your go-to person for that. All right, another incentive that we had launched on August was getting $100 off of a Surface device. So all the CSP customers who are selling Microsoft 365 Business in annual billing term are eligible to get $100 off of their Surface device. So that was another incentive that we were running. So you provision the 365 Business in the billing frequency, annual billing frequency on Synnex portal. You attach the order confirmation email that you receive with your Surface purchase order. So $100 will be taken off your invoice per eligible device up to the seat count on that order confirmation email. So that is the $100 off. Next, we have the Azure POC program, which has been a lot of ask from our reseller partners since, as long as I can remember, 2 years from now. Partners were just asking, reseller partners wanted to do a lot of POC. Like they had a potential customer, we designed a proper solution for the customer as well, but they wanted to do some sort of POC before they can move it into production, which is where we've launched the Azure POC program again. So Synnex partners are eligible to apply for funding to create that POC for their customer to demonstrate that solution and evangelize the value prop of Azure. Right, so that is where the Synnex team, me and Chinmoy will come in. We will help you design the solution, help you win the opportunity and get the POC. But to register yourself for the POC, get in touch with your respective PDMs. So if you're from the southern region, you get in touch with Pavan Kumar, who's our new PDM for Synnex CSP Southern region. So all the southern partners will be getting in touch with Pavan Kumar, and the northern partners will get in touch with Mitchell Wong, and those will be the ones who will go through your opportunity and then register yourself successfully. So the funding is only available to the first 20 opportunities, out of which a couple of spots have already been taken. So, and it's only eligible to 31st of December. So make sure that if you have the opportunity, go ahead, get in touch with the BDMs or simply send an email to CSP team and we will help you design the proof of concept. So proof of concept, what do I mean by that? One of the participants has asked a question as well. Say, for example, you wanted to deploy a remote desktop solution on Azure, or maybe a disaster recovery solution on Azure for one of your customers. Then we implement a solution knowing that what do they have on premises. Say, for example, if they're running a VMware ESX hypervisor and they want to, have a disaster recovery solution for all the virtual machines, then we design the solution, estimate the solution in terms of how much does it cost on a monthly basis, and then we will help implement it on the Azure subscription. So you as a reseller partner will create that customer record on the Synnex portal, provision an Azure subscription for that customer as well, and we will deploy the solution on that particular Azure subscription. If you're eligible for the POC, then whatever is deployed on that Azure subscription will be given to you as a fund for POC. Right, and it's capped at $2,500 excluding GST per opportunity. But make sure that your first invoice pertaining to the POC subscription must be equal to or greater than at least $1,000 ex GST. So it has to be at least $1,000 or more than that for you to qualify for the POC opportunity. And it's capped at $2,500. So up to $2,500 worth of utilization on Azure for a month will be given back to you as a POC, right? So 60% of the first invoice, capped at $2,500. So that's all about the Azure POC program, and I hope that answers your question as well. Coming on to the next incentive that we have is about Australian Open. How many of you are excited and watch Australian Open religiously? All right, I'm not going to wait for your answers. We have to go on for the partner update call. So the Australian Open 2019, you get a chance to win a ticket to the Australian Open men's semi-final match to be played on 25th of January 2019. We have criteria for usage-based and license-based services. So usage-based is Microsoft Azure. 6 NX partners with highest revenue on usage-based will be eligible for the Australian Open tickets on men's semi-final, whereas license-based, 8 10x partners with highest license-based revenue, which is Office 365, Microsoft 365, etc., will receive 1 ticket each. So we have in total 14 tickets available to be given for Australian Open under the CSP program. If you have any questions at all, feel free to type that in the conversation section. Great. So that's all about the Australian Open. Make sure you have the highest revenue either on Azure or on the license-based offerings, which is Office 365 or Microsoft 365. Then we recently launched the Surface Laptop 2 incentive as well in October last month. So this is for those customers who are provisioning Microsoft 365 plans, which includes Microsoft 365 Business, Enterprise E3, and E5. Please make sure it's Microsoft 365, not Office 365. So if you're selling Microsoft 365 plans to your customers during the eligible program period, and the value is equal to or greater than 100 seats, then you're eligible for a Surface Laptop 2 with i7 processor, 256 gig of hard disk space, and 8 GB RAM with Windows 10 Pro installed. And there are a total of 25 devices to be won. So, and this is across your customer. So it doesn't mean that it has to be 100 seats with just one customer. You need to get a total of Microsoft 365 licenses, which includes Business, E3, and E5, a total of 100 seats across your customers. If that's possible and that happens, then you're eligible to win that Surface Laptop 2. So that's about the Surface Laptop 2. And yes, Visa cards, one of our most popular promo that we've been running since CSP, and we've got it back again. So you get the $200 bonus card whenever you add a new customer to the next CSP program. So every new customer add, and you provision a minimum of 10 seats across eligible plans, which you see on your screen, then you're eligible to get that $200 bonus. Minimum payout is of $1,200, which means that you will need to add a minimum of 6 new customers during the program period, which is until 31st of December. Add 6 new customers, provision minimum of 10 seats per customer on the eligible plans to qualify for the bonus of Visa card. So the minimum payout will be of $1,200. Right? So it is capped at $1,200 per partner. So that's about the Visa card. Next, I'm sure all of you have heard about the end of support of SQL Server and Windows Server 2008. Now, while it might be daunting to think about how you can migrate and the existing solutions with your end customers, some of them are too rigid to even maybe upgrade it, because for them, as long as it's working, let's not touch it. But Microsoft is ending the support for it. And you need to plan the path of migration or upgrading those operating system licenses or SQL Server to a later version. And while you're doing that, you can earn Visa card. So if you provision, let's say you are upgrading them to, or you're migrating them to Microsoft Azure. And while you do that, you get a chance to purchase the software subscriptions as well. So if you purchase the software subscription term of Windows Server Standard license, SQL Server Standard, or SQL Server Enterprise, either on a 1 year or a 3 years term, then you're eligible for Visa card. So say for 1 year term, if it's a Windows Server standard, then you get $250 per license. If it's SQL Server standard, you get $500 per license. SQL Server Enterprise, you make $1,000 per license. And if it is for 3-year terms, then it's just double the amount. So 3-year terms, Windows Server will be $500, SQL Server Standard will be $1,000, and SQL Server Enterprise will be $2,000 per license for 3-year term. And these Visa cards, of course, they are capped at $3,000 per organization. So while you're helping your customers migrate or upgrade to a latest operating system, you also get to earn Visa cards while doing that. So that's all about the promos, incentives, and rebates we had. Just to give you a quick recap, we have the Microsoft 365 Business Incentive one-on-one sessions. So if you want to know more about Microsoft 365 Business, simply register or email Noreen, and we will set up a time for you and have that 30-minute quick Skype for Business session on 365 Business. Then we have $100 off of Surface device. So every Microsoft 365 Business during the program period of annual billing frequency, which is up to 31st of December, you get $100 off of a Surface device. You just need to attach the order confirmation email of your Microsoft 365 Business with the order of your Surface device, and $100 will be taken off of your invoice. We also talked about Azure POC program as well, where up to $2,500 can be deployed under Synnex CSP for your POC. But to qualify for that, you need to have an opportunity of minimum $1,000 ex GST per month. Then you qualify for it, and we will help you provision a POC deployment, proof of concept deployment on Azure for your customers, and you will get $2,500 ex GST off of your invoice. Right. Then we also talk about the Australian Open. For those of you who are excited about the Australian Open in 2019, so you get a chance to attend the men's semi-final match. 6 Synnex partners per usage-based service, highest revenue. 8 Synnex partners with highest license-based revenue will be eligible for the Australian Open 2019 promo from Synnex. Then we also talked about Surface Laptop 2. So you need to provision at least 100 seats across your entire customer base for Microsoft 365 licenses, which is Business, E3, and E5, to be eligible to win a Surface Laptop 2. Only 25 devices are available in this incentive. Then we talk about Visa card bonus as well. So if you add at least a minimum of 6 new customers from 31st of December until 31st of December and provision at least 10 licenses of Office 365 Business Essentials, Business Premium, Pro Plus, Enterprise E1, E3, E5, or Microsoft 365 Business E3, E5, then you're eligible for a $1,200 Visa card, which is $200 per customer. Then we also talked about at the end the SQL and Windows Server 2008 end of subscription Visa card promo as well. So while you're helping your customers migrate to Azure or upgrade to a newer operating system, you can buy the software subscription license under CSP on a 1-year or a 3-year terms based on whether it's Windows Server Standard, SQL Server Standard, or SQL Server Enterprise. You get to win Visa card. Now, so that's all about the promos and incentives. Coming to some of the recent announcements from Microsoft in terms of what's new in CSP. I'm sure all of you must have heard about the Microsoft Cloud Agreement, which is the customer acceptance confirmation required. So Microsoft is committed to helping their customers and partners to stay compliant. And as a part of the CSP program, now you are required to cause the customer to accept the terms of the MCA, the Microsoft Cloud Agreement, which in turn includes the online services terms as well. So this MCA protects partners, customers, and Microsoft by providing the customers use rights, terms, and conditions granted for Microsoft Cloud product and service order. Now, this has been made available on the Cinex portal from 7th of November. Until 15th of January, it is not mandatory, but we have given you that additional time so that you can prepare for it. Talk to your customers, have the practices in your hand where you take the Microsoft Cloud Agreement available on the link, you download that, it's a PDF file, send it to the end customer over email or whatever process you have. Just make sure you have a written confirmation where the end customer says, I accept. And whoever's accepted, you use their first name, last name, email ID, and the date. Provide that information that the customer has agreed and accepted for the MCA. That's all that is required. So it's better to have that practice right now for every order you place. After 15th of January, it will become compulsory, which means that you will no longer be able to even edit the quantity of your licenses or buy new licenses or suspend any subscription if you haven't accepted the MCA or if you haven't provided the MCA information for your end customer. So that's all about the Microsoft Cloud Agreement. Now, effective from 1st of December 2018, the Azure Reserved Instances price list and the partner recon file unit price will change to exclude the tax for the reserved VM instances offer. Now, tax will still be calculated as part of the final pricing on the invoice and recon file, but it will include that ex GST price as well in the unit price, starting from 1st of December. Now, quite a few of you might have heard about, and we've also received a couple of emails on, is Microsoft 365 A5 available under academic, or is Microsoft 365 E5 available for not-for-profit? Now, the launch of this Microsoft 365 A5 and E5 offers has been delayed. They were meant to be available in the month of November itself, but apparently they have been delayed, so they aren't available to order. So this is specifically for Microsoft 365 A5 for faculty, students, and student use benefit, and Microsoft 365 E5 for non-profit staff pricing. So if you have an NFP or an academic customer looking to order Microsoft 365 A5 or E5 respectively, that is not available yet, but Microsoft will make further announcements once an availability date is confirmed on these offers. Once that's confirmed, and from Microsoft. With that, we come to an end of today's session. Yeah, all right. I have one question from the participant. Where do we find the MCA on the Cinex website? So if you go to on your Cinex website, when you go to Cloud Services tab and select My Cloud Customers, so every customer record will now have an option of the MCA requirement as well. So you know how when you create a customer record, it used to ask you for the organization name, their ABN number, postal address, IT and business contact details. Below that, now it will also ask you to specify the MCA information as well, which is the first name, last name of the end customer, the email address, and the date when they accepted the MCA agreement. So that's available on your customer information on My Cloud Customers. Plus, whenever you provision any order on the Cinex website, it will ask you to go ahead and specify the MCA information. For now, you can cancel it because it is not mandatory, but after 15th of Jan, you won't be able to go forward with provisioning of your order unless you specify the MCA. Now, who will be accepting the MCA agreement? That's totally up to you. It could be the general manager or the director, basically anyone at the managerial level in that business for the end customer to whom you're providing the services, for whom you're provisioning the Office 365 licenses or Microsoft Cloud products. So anyone within that end customer whom you feel is eligible, basically either a director or a GM, can go ahead and just send you an email. So basically what you can do for now is maybe you download the MCA from the link, go ahead and send that PDF to the end customer's email, and they just have to respond back saying that they accept the MCA, that they have read and they accept the MCA. You will be providing this information on the Synex website. So once you've received the confirmation from the end customer, you will specify this information on the Synex website itself, which in turn updates on the backend partner center, after which you can go ahead and provision the licenses once it is mandatory. So you provide this information on the Synex website itself. For the MCA. It is live now. So when you go to cloud services, cloud product ordering, and select the customer records, and you click on edit, you will find the option to specify the MCA information. So it is live now, and you can go ahead and specify all of that information. Any more questions at all? So today we talked about, while you gather your questions, I'll just give you a quick recap. We started with the webinar. So we had a webinar on 7th of November at 11 a.m. on Windows Server 2019 and Azure reserved instances. If you didn't have a chance to attend that webinar, we have the recording available. Simply email Noreen to get the access to the recording of the webinar. We have another webinar coming up in December, which is for Microsoft 365 Business Q4 update to talk about the portal enhancements, changes, updates in Azure Active Directory, what are the features in Microsoft Teams, etc., which is going to be delivered by MVP Mark O'Shea. If you'd like to register for this webinar, email Noreen and she will send you a calendar invite, which you can save it and then attend the webinar when it's there. Then we talk about the incentives. We have the Microsoft 365 Business Incentive for a one-on-one 30-minute Skype for Business session. You have $100 off of your Surface device if you sell Microsoft 365 Business annual seats. We talked about the Azure POC program capped at $2,500 per customer as well. Then we talk about Australian Open 2019, where 6 Synex partners of highest base revenue on usage base, 8 Synex partners on highest base revenue on license-based services will be eligible for the Australian Open ticket to men's semi-final match on 25th of January. Then we talk about the Surface Laptop 2 incentive as well. So any new subscription provisioned on Microsoft 365 plans, which is Business, E3, and E5, at least 100 seats, here will get a chance to win the Surface Laptop 2. Then we talk about the Visa card promo as well. So as a Synex reseller partner, you need to add a minimum of 6 new customers to Synex CSP program before until 31st of December, and provision at least 10 licenses of eligible plans to get that $1,200 Visa card payout. Then we talked about another Visa card promo on the SQL and Windows Server 2008 end of support. So if you buy server subscriptions from Synex on 1-year or 3-year license term, whether it's Windows Server Standard, SQL Server Standard, or Enterprise, you're eligible for the Visa card. Right, and then at the end, we talked about the announcements. So how MCA will become mandatory on the Synex website starting from 15th of January. Starting from 7th of November, it is still available on the Synex website where you can specify the MCA information. Azure reserved VM instances effective 1st of December. Microsoft will include the pricing excluding GST. And the launch of Microsoft 365 A5 and E5 has been delayed, which affects the academic and the NFP customers. Any more questions at all? We still have a bit of time. If you have any questions related to Synex CSP, related to Microsoft Cloud products, please feel free to type that in the conversation section, and I will take it up over the audio bridge so that rest of the participants can benefit from the information as well. And partners who asked questions earlier, I hope all of your questions were answered as well. So the MCA document is a PDF file available on the link. In fact, you have been receiving the MCA link on all the order confirmation emails from Synex. So whenever you provision any license and you get the order confirmation email, on that email, if you scroll further down at the bottom, it gives you the link for the MCA PDF file. So that PDF file, of course, there's no section or a text box available where you specify any information or get it signed. So what you can do is you can just get a written confirmation from the end customer that they have read and agree to the terms mentioned in the MCA. So just a written confirmation over an email will also suffice. Or if you want to have your own practice where you want the customer to sign on that form or something like that, that's totally up to you. Right? No problem at all. Now, if you would like to convert all of your clients for CSP to annual licensing, the only way to do that would be you would have to select every customer individually on the Synex portal, provision annual licenses for them. So whatever you had provisioned under monthly, you just go ahead and provision all those same licenses, same quantity under annual. Once the annual licenses have been provisioned, you have the confirmation, you'll have to go ahead and suspend the monthly. That's the only way to do so. You can't simply convert a monthly license to an annual license. So the only available option is buy the new annual licenses and suspend the monthly one. So first buy it, provision it, make sure that it's available, the quantity has doubled. Once that's done, then go ahead and suspend all your monthly licenses. So even if it's a monthly license, from the day that you suspend the licenses, you will get the prorated refund from the date of the invoice. So say, for example, today being 13th of November, you go ahead, provision all the annual licenses, your date will be set. Now, so that means for all your monthly licenses, you would have utilized the licenses from 1st of November till 13th of November. So you will be charged only for those 13 days. For the rest of the days, you will be given the prorated refund. Great, you're welcome. Any other questions at all? Anything related to Azure, Microsoft 365, Office 365, Microsoft Teams? Yes, so the rollover all is from 1st of the month. So this happened when Synex launched the new billing engine on 1st of September, where everything now cascades to the calendar month. So it will all be from 1st of the month and it will fall perfectly in line with the calendar month. And it's all post-paid billing. So whatever licenses you order, at the end of the month, it will make the calculation and accordingly adjustments are made. There's no advanced billing or something like that. It's all simple, just post-paid. No problem at all. Yes, thank you so much for asking that question. So one of the question is that do you need to get MC acceptance for the existing CSP clients? And yes, you need to. So for all your existing CSP clients and coming forward the new CSP clients as well, you need to get the MC acceptance because once it becomes mandatory on 15th of January, you won't be able to provision any new licenses or edit the quantity of existing licenses as well unless you specify the MCA acceptance date from the end customer. So you need to do this for your existing CSP client as well, CSP customers as well. So just download the MCA form, you get it, or you can get it from the link over here, or you will get it from the order confirmation email from Synex whenever you provision any order. Just get that PDF, send it to your end customer, send it to the GM or the director. Make sure that they send you an email saying that they have agreed and they accept to the terms and conditions mentioned in the MCA. Once you have the written confirmation, you specify the first name, last name, email address, and the date, and you're set. That's all. You're welcome. Any other questions at all? There are no changes in it as such. MCA simply includes the online service terms of Microsoft, including 99.9% SLA of all the cloud services they are using, and that's all. But yes, the latest MCA is from September 2018. So it's always makes sense just to be compliant to always give them the updated PDF, and we also include in our link the updated PDF as well. But it depends from client to client. We do encourage them to go through all the terms that are mentioned over there, just so that there is no setback. Certain clients who are from the law firm or the financial institution might want to scrutinize the agreement. Rest, everyone else, I believe, should be fine. But yeah, we do encourage for everyone to go through the Microsoft Cloud agreement. It also talks about how the SLA is calculated as well in case there's a downtime of their services or they are unable to meet the SLA of 3 nines. So it includes all of those details. Great, no problem at all. Any more questions? We still have 2 more minutes left before we end the call. So if you have any further questions, please feel free to type that. Yes, at the end of this session, so these sessions, these partner update calls are recorded as well. So once this session ends, we will share the link of the recording as well as the slide deck with you. So we will be sharing that with you. Noreen would be the one sending out the slide deck to all those who attended the session. There, that's a gender talk. All right, with no further questions, we will conclude today's partner update call. If you're looking for any links of the previous webinars, previous calls, feel free to email Noreen. She has the entire stack of slide decks, recordings, webinars, registration, everything. Noreen would be the best person to get in touch with. With that, thank you very much, everyone, for your time today on the monthly partner update call. And I hope to see you next month with some new updates, new incentives, new promos. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day. Cheers.